So, good morning, Max. How are you doing?
Hey, doing great, Aaron. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good as well. So, we wanted to record something because of you being in Silicon Valley last week for Security Day, Field Day number 11, right?
Correct.
You had four companies presenting there. Let's start with the first one. Let's call it Aryaka, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. As you said, we had Aryaka presenting, one of the four companies at Security Field Day 11. And Aryaka was interesting to me and probably going to be interesting to you because it's covering SASE, you know. This secure access, forgot the whole acronym name, but it's something like which builds on top of SD-WAN, basically. All of these
Yeah.
secure services, next generation firewall, secure web gateway, etc. So it was very, very interesting. And I think it's appealing to us because we did something like that at the One Summit a few years ago, probably before COVID, with VeloCloud at the time.
Yep. Totally remember that one, which was in London, as well as I think we did something with them during VM, where I'm not sure if it was called VM World back then or
Mm-hmm.
VMware Explorer already, but we did something with them there as well. Really interesting because of everything that's going on with on-premises, in the cloud, and making sure that your data is secured, right? So it's really
Mm-hmm.
interesting to hear a little bit more about them because it's interesting in the times we live in. So,
Mm-hmm.
what was your key takeaway from that session?
Yeah. Key takeaway. I'm going to tell maybe that in a second, but what was to me really interesting is the approach. So of course we are not necessarily covering networking and network security stuff related as closely as other areas, but the background we got from the time of VeloCloud, which would then become VMware, whatever, was we had an overview of the technology. What is interesting with Aryaka is that delivering that as a service. That means that they've built a kind of offering which bundles pretty much everything, including the network. They have what they call an Aryaka Zero Trust WAN or network. Forgot the full name. And that thing is basically is that you connect your endpoint, everything goes, the whole traffic goes over the one backbone. So they've built a kind of a private secure backbone, which is highly available. That thing is available across the world in many locations. Of course, it's probably not covering everything, but I think they mentioned 100 plus countries which are currently covered. And it means that whatever you do, so you get the SASE capabilities, but you get those delivered as a service. So basically, you probably connect your endpoints, you configure your stuff, you go to a management console, which is in the cloud managed by them, and you configure your policies and whatever you need, but you don't need to care about building yourself the whole infrastructure. To me, that's where the value is. So you get better, operational simplicity, and you get the benefit of a network which is already in place and which is highly available. So that's what was interesting to me, I would say.
Okay, it sounds really interesting, and like you said, we've already done some sassy interviews with Fellow Cloud with VMware a couple of years ago. So it's really interesting to see other players within that market, what they're doing and how they're doing it. You wrote an excellent article, which is on our blog, so we will put that down below as well, so people can have a look at what Aryaka does and what you think about them.